Hey everybody, my name is Alex McGregor, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to take your nightscape foregrounds from something that looks like this to something that looks more like this. So the hard part with taking photos out at night is obviously it is super duper dark out here, and it's not always convenient to use something like a blue hour or wait for the moon to rise and do a whole exposure blend deal on the computer. Sometimes it is a lot nicer to make our images out of just one shot or perhaps a series of stacked images. So lighting up the foreground is really important. There's a lot of different tools you can use, and a lot of people have some success with things like just this, the good old headlamp or a flashlight or even a cell phone light can work to do a little bit of light painting and bring some more dimension into your foreground. Now there's two main issues with using something like your headlamp to light up the foreground. One is that you cannot adjust the color temperature. So perhaps you got a really blue light headlamp and the stars are a little bit oranger. They won't really blend together very naturally. The other issue is that it's really difficult to duplicate the light painting with a headlamp. You might get inconsistencies that will make stacking images not quite turn out right. So there's one tool that can be super useful for lighting up the foreground. And that is something like this.
This is the Lume Cube Panel GO. This bicolored LED light has 112 LEDs that are fully adjustable in brightness and color temperature from 3200 to 5600 Kelvin. It comes with a frosted coat and extra diffuser for nice, soft, low light. And the light it makes is projected at a 125-degree angle, so it can cover your entire scene easily. At just 4.8 by 2.6 inches and only weighing 4.4 ounces, it's small enough to pack with you on every adventure. And its aluminum body means it's tough enough to take some serious punishment. The power mode button and adjustment wheel and very clear LCD screen make using this panel in the dark very easy. The panel comes with two 1/4-20 threads for a variety of mounting options. The battery life is enough to last you your entire shoot. At 100% it will last for 1.3 hours, and at 50% power it will last for 2.3 hours, and I don't even know how long it'll last at 1% power, which is where I'm going to be using it most of the time. I guess we still need to test that one out. The Lume Cube Panel GO comes in at $99 and is available through the links below. Use the promo code CHASINGLUMINANCE10 at checkout for 10% off.
So tonight I'm going to show you guys how to use a panel like this one to light up the foreground for some nightscape shots. So back here I have this gorgeous old cabin behind me. So I'm going to use this panel to photograph this cabin and get the stars over the top of it. I'm going to set this one panel up off to the side and it'll illuminate it from a bit of an angle compared to where my camera is. And I can also set another one of these panels inside this cabin to give off a really cool lighting effect. Let's do it. All right, so now I've got both of my panels set up. One's off in that direction, one is inside this cabin. I have the panel set up to 1% power and at 3700 Kelvin as far as the color temperature. Now I'm gonna throw my camera on my tripod and get some images. All right, I got my camera set up and everything's all focused. We're gonna turn this panel off and get to shooting. Yes, this is giving off a really cool effect. I'm loving how the light is really subtle and not too aggressive. One thing I don't love is my composition. I'm gonna shift my perspective over to the right because I think I'll like how everything's lining up a little bit better. Okay, we have moved ourselves over to the right, so I'm gonna take another shot right now and see how it turns out. All right, after looking at these images, I'm liking how we're doing so far, but I wanna make a little bit of adjustments. So I'm gonna spin my camera to the right to get some of this other cabin, and I'm gonna move my Lume Cube panel a little bit closer because it's not quite bright enough on what I want. All right, I got my stuff into position. Let's see how that goes. I'm gonna turn off this one, and my camera shouldn't need any more adjustments, so I'm just gonna fire this next exposure. All right, I think I just made my last adjustment and got my panel right where I want it, over in that direction, but I think I can add just another layer of dimension to the lighting setup by adding one more panel around the backside.
So, have you guys ever seen the movie Happy Gilmore, where Shooter McGavin tricks Happy into being on the 9th green at 9 and he tells him to dress nice? Yeah, those cabins were on a golf course and I was there in the middle of the night. So, you may be able to understand why I wasn't able to finish up the video out there. It got a little bit interesting, but we did have enough time to capture a series of images and I was able to stack them. And this is the final product I was able to make. And I think this really is my favorite part about using a dedicated light like the Lume Cube Panel GO, is that it will give you consistent, solid light with a consistent temperature, consistent brightness, and you can use it for things like a time lapse or like taking several images in a row to stack for noise reduction. So adding this panel to my kit is definitely going to make a big difference in my work process and the quality of my work. And I just love the size, the build, the controls with the dial as opposed to some of the other ones where there's just a series of plastic buttons. The Lume Cube panel feels way better put together and like it's a real piece of equipment. So I'm very excited to be using this in the future. Now, I couldn't help myself while I was out there. I did set up my tracker and actually track the sky over top of those cabins. And this is my very favorite result that we got from the evening. And the sky was tracked using my move shoot move rotator, but again, that foreground wouldn't be possible without using these panels. So big thank you to Lume Cube for making this video possible. If you'd like to purchase one of these panels, there's links down below, and they just came out with a RGB version where you can actually connect it to your smartphone and go through almost any color imaginable. Up to 360 different colors can be displayed through that model. So lots of exciting options. Oh, and if you are wondering exactly how good of a panel this is, can it be really used for proper video work? I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you think? Does it work as a studio light too? I'll set that one right there. And I will say thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my name is Alex McGregor, and I'll catch you on the next video.